feel like a bloated hippo. I'm not happy at all. Not freaking happy about it at all. No, I don't see that going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. Ugh. Talk to called was talking to my doctor's nurse today. Good guy, very, very smart person. Very smart guy. And went to called him. He's taking this Wellbutrin, and you know, for the first little while, you know, thought, oh, this is working. Then after a while, you know, it started to kind of not work, and I told the doctor, and so he upped the medication, and I didn't have any. I had plenty of medication left, so I just started taking a double dose, right? So I thought it was going to be double. It wasn't actually double. The prescription was for 125 hours, so I was taking 150. But that's probably pretty lightweight stuff for people that take this kind of stuff. So it wasn't doing it for me, you know. It wasn't making me, you know. I think it was making me fat. But I looked up the results on that. Getting fat off of Wellbutrin probably wasn't that. Probably was something else. Monumental amounts of eating would be probably the main culprit. So I talked to my doctor, and when he said that he was going to double the medication, so I started doubling up on what I had because I didn't want that to go to waste. And I thought it was going to be double anyway, but it's slightly less than double what he ordered. But anyway, I get this message from the pharmacist. Okay, we're going to have to, we can only have this medication, we can only have it out waiting for you for 9 days. It's been here 7 days. So I said, oh, okay, well, I didn't know that was a rule, but it is. It's reasonable. So I said, well, how much is the medication? Because the doctor, when I was talking to the doctor, he was going to give me this upped medication. I said, well, how much is it? And he said that is less than the first stuff. I said, well, okay. Twice as much for half the price? Okay, sounds good. So when the pharmacist called, I said, how much is it? The pharmacist said $60 or whatever. I said, $60? The doctor said it was going to be less. Duh. $60. So I was getting ready to, pull the freaking plug on the Wellbutrin anyway. So I called my doctor because I knew, I just wanted to talk to the nurse to let the nurse give the doctor a message. So the nurse, because I wanted to have the medication in 90-day increments rather than 30 days. So 90 days, yeah. So he said, yeah, okay, I can do that. So he can adjust that. So he was gonna, put it 90 days for these other two medications I take. One for my thyroid and one for prostate thing, for urination, so I don't get up at night so much. But we were talking about that. It could be the coffee, I mean, come on. But he couldn't. He had to wait to talk to the doctor about the other prescription. And I went in today to talk to the pharmacist. I said, are there any other drugs that are in the same category as Wellbutrin? And I didn't even know that Wellbutrin was in the same category as Prozac. He says, yeah, Prozac and this other one. Prozac for 90 days is like $10. Wellbutrin for 90 days is $180. So I told the nurse that I'd like to have the doctor change my medication to Prozac. She says, okay, I'll tell the doctor. So he got back to me that same day. He says, okay, man, it's all done. So I'm going to be on Prozac starting tomorrow. I've never taken Prozac. I've taken all this other shit. I've never taken Prozac. So I'm not, I have no idea how it's going to work, what it's going to do, how it's going to be. I can just know that looks like some sort of looks like kind of like an owl or something. I don't know what it looks like. A cat. Looks like a cat. I'll be a cat painter. I'll paint cats of the world. Tell you what, I've been eating like a freaking pig. I'm afraid to even get on the scales. I'm afraid I'll bend them or something. It's just fucking bad news. I mean, really. And my chest is kind of aching a little bit right now. I just got through coming back from my walk. This pain's over here a little bit. I got a freaking pain in my side, down by my groin area. I think it's, I don't know what it is. I'm not a young freaking whippersnapper anymore. It's what it is, Rodney. You're getting old. Oh, man. I wonder if you can pull a muscle or something, because I've been blowing my nose kind of hard, and now when I blow my nose I get like a pain down by my groin area. I wonder if I blew my nose so hard that I did something. I don't know. Because at night when I go to bed, I really have to clean out my nose because I want to be able to breathe clearly. I'm going to breathe really well through my nose. I've kind of noticed something. I don't know if it's actually accurate, but it's just kind of like something that seems like it works, is that in the wintertime, in the summertime, Wintertime too. Wintertime is the worst, I think. It's really gets really dry. That sometimes my nose gets kind of like encrusted kind of stuff, with whatever's in there. But if I put like Vaseline, it seems like it breaks it down. A buddy of mine was having nosebleeds because of that, I think. God, I feel like crap. I was gonna get ice cream today, but I forgot. I'm glad I forgot. I would have already eaten that fucking stuff by now. Bucket, half bucket, whatever. You're insane, man. I was talking about being out here by myself and everything. We're talking about that, and I'm gonna go get that medication. Well, I might call it Berto tonight. I might go into town tomorrow. Just get out of here for a while. I haven't seen Berto in a while. My daughter asked me, "When's the last time I saw Berto?" Because I think my daughter knows that if I go into town, I feel better. But I'd start feeling better if I could figure out what I need to do. And it really deep down, I know I've got a whole cabinets full of stuff that I need to sell. But I just can't get it out of my mind about these projects that I want to do that relate to art. It's like, come on, man. It's like, if it hasn't worked to any sort of major degree after all this time, what makes you think it's going to work now? I mean, it's just, it's okay. That's the way it is. Looking at this painting over here. Buddy did this painting. He got a job. He did a big job for this, I don't know, Eastern Orthodox church or something in Denver. Huge freaking job. Big mural thing. This guy right here. He did that painting. He's an awesome painter. Very good painter. There's all kinds of paintings. He can paint landscapes and stuff. What he's doing right now is he's painting for, what's the name of those bass shops? Bass, sports bass or something, bass shops. He works for them. Because they make like dioramas, I guess, inside their store, but they're high quality paintings. I mean, this guy's a high quality painter. He was the guy that was the number one guy at the place I worked in L.A. The Scenic Shop. Awesome painter. He was a head painter there. And when I got a job, he's from New Mexico. And I didn't know that, and knew it then. He lives here in New Mexico now, so I don't see him very often. Last time I called him, he was in California on one of those Bass Pro Shops. I think it is Bass Pro Shops or something like that. And when I first got there, I had to kind of be approved. He wasn't the main guy. I think maybe he was still the main guy. I think he was the main guy, but there was maybe he wasn't the main guy yet. I don't know. Some other main guy looked at my work and looked at what I was doing, and so he gave me the seal of approval with the boss. So that's how I got a job. So anyway, this guy who did that painting, he and I were. It was a huge shop, so it was just me and him in this one section working together, And so he starts telling me the story. This is, oh yeah, these guys, we were out, went fishing, and we're working, He says, oh, we were fishing, and it was a lot of lake, and we were doing a lot of fishing there, and there was a bunch of stuff, and this fucking stuff. I'm the new guy, this is the boss, We're gonna tell him, get the fuck, on with the story, for crying out fucking loud, buddy. You're not gonna say that. So he just drags this freaking story about fishing and camping, and the whole thing is so beautiful and blah blah. He's like, it's about to go out of my fucking mind, you know. And then he says, yeah, and then after we were drinking and everything, and then the next morning I woke up and my shorts were around my ankles and I had Vaseline all over my ass. It's like, what? It's like, from 15 minutes of nothing but nonstop, the lake, and there was a bunch of sand, and sometimes the sand would get in your shoe, but get into. And I woke up the next morning and my shorts were around my ankles and Vaseline all over my ass. And he says, if that happened to you, would you tell anybody that story? I said, no. He said, you want to go camping?